What up, YouTube? It's Misery Company. In today's video, I am trying to find the absolute best raid slash warband raid gauntlet, whatever build for the monk, where it really focuses on single target damage. If you type into YouTube best single target monk build, admittedly you'll find some, but nowhere near as many as you will see for any other class. That's because there isn't really some awesome options. So I really want to test what I have found so far. I don't have all the essences that I want, so I will note that in this video, but let's get straight to it, guys. So I'm going to try out two different legendary essences. The headpieces that we're going to be comparing and contrasting are these two right here. So before interference, which is shared a sanctuary, inner sanctuary now moves with you, increasing your critical hit chance and that of your allies. So every nearby ally increases critical hit strength further. So again, the more people you have with you, i.e. in a raid, the more critical hit chance you get. The other one that I want to test second is Empathy's Blessing, which has been around, I think, like since the beginning of essences, which is Blessed Sanctuary. Inner Sanctuary is now Blessed Sanctuary, increasing all damage done by you and all your allies within the circle. You do have to stay within the circle, I will note that, which there isn't a whole lot of movement in most raids, but some of them, like some of the newer ones, really do require a lot of movement. So we'll make a little asterisk next to that, because you do have to take into effect this does not, this one does not allow you to move, whereas this one does, because it moves with you. Now, the only essence I am missing, at least in my opinion, I'm still, like I said, still really trying to fine tune my builds, guys, is going to be this offhand right here, actually, which, okay, that's not going to allow me to look at it. This offhand right here, Thundering Ferocity, which is within Inner Sanctuary, you and your allies deal 15.2% more damage. That's just a flat 15.2% more damage you get from being within the Sanctuary. So I don't have that. Instead, I'm rocking Twitching Palm for both builds. All the builds will be exactly the same minus the headpiece. So this one is Fist of Thunder. Thunder's first strike now becomes empowered with lightning emitting bolts that fire to deal blah 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 damage. So we talked about the two heads that we'll be utilizing. The chest piece that I'm utilizing is Inner Sanctuary's range increased. Now again, the real goal here is that we want to keep up our Mystic allies and Inner Sanctuary as much as possible in the build. Mystic allies now also increase your primary attack speed. Feline Defiance is the shoulders. Companion's Melody and Mystic allies duration increased by 39%, obviously very important to the build. Shaped Lamp, I don't even know, whatever. Mystic allies now summons two Flaming Spirit allies to fight by your side that causes nearby enemies to burn. And then main hand number 2 is a Rod of the Echoes. Mystic allies cooldown decrease by 18.6%. We already talked about this one. Now, the other offhand that I'm using is Respite Sigh, which is Inner Sanctuary duration increase. So everything is about Inner Sanctuary and the Mythic allies, and then the headpiece, of course. So we are going to get started. I will take a screenshot of how much damage I do. We're going to do it. My goal is 30 seconds. And then after that, I will switch the headpiece and test it again. So I'm not going to be toggling in between the stances. I'll just start the same way each time. So here we go. I'm going to try to just do as consistent damage as I can. 7 seconds. Again, all of the, I always get like sort of hate on by my DPS. Your DPS could be higher, could be lower. It's going to depend on however many, what legendary gear, gems you're using, normal gems, anything and everything is going to go into account. That you're familiar, all that jazz. Okay, 3 more seconds. 2, 1, pause. Oop, I went over a little bit. Let me go ahead and take a quick picture. So we'll aim for 31 seconds there. So admittedly not good. Even for me, like from other classes, that's pretty low damage, admittedly. 25 mil is not awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and do Essence Transfer, switch to the different headpiece, and then do this one. So 25.4 mil is the target to beat. Make sure I have all my cooldowns up. I do. Go ahead and reset this. Let's get straight back to it. Ready, set, go. All right, so I don't know. Might do a little bit more damage here. We're already at 10 mil. So, I mean, we're going to fall off here soon when our Mystic allies tend to, yeah, they're gone now. So our damage will drop pretty dramatically. But I actually got a second one. Don't remember if I got a second one last time. Pretty sure I kept all my cooldowns up. So we are at 20... 31. All right, 28.8, and I did it the same exact way where I sort of stopped at 30, waited for it to hit 31, paused it. So that's as close as we're going to get. Actually, this headpiece did do more damage, which is pretty surprising. It did about 3.4 million damage more, which is pretty interesting. Admittedly, I would not have guessed that. I would have thought that the critical hit chance head would have done more damage, but it didn't. Now, as I say that, actually, let me look at my build one more time. I wonder if I wasn't really min-maxing. I did the same thing for both, I will say that. When it comes to my Mystic allies, though, or my Mystic Strike, dash forward, okay. Yeah, so this is the build, right? This is the build that I rocked. I don't know, guys. I'm still working on what I think is the best build. I don't even know if Mystic Strike is the best option. I'm not empowering it. Oh, I am. Oh, it increases your attack speed. So that's what I was thinking actually just now. It's by 6.4 seconds. I just hit Mystic Strike over and over again instead of sort of timing it by separating it. I realized it after I started doing it the second time. I was like, wait a minute. One of these increases my attack speed, and I just burned through all three. So ideally, I would have spread them out over the course of 6 seconds because it does have a 12-second cooldown. So ideally, you should be able to have 100% uptime on that attack speed increase. Since it's 6.4 seconds, you use the first one, that'll get you to 6 seconds. Use the second one, that gets you to a reset of 1, and you already have 1. So yeah, there might be some downtime by the second time you do that. You'll have, yeah, about 6 seconds of downtime. So anyway, but anyway, I did not do that optimally, but either way, the damage would have been basically the same because I did it wrong both times. So in case you're curious, I am rocking the Weaver tree. For skills, I use Mystic Strike, Mystic Allies, Inner Sanctuary, and Breath of Heaven for a quick heal, as well as that's it. Increases attack speed, and then Fist of Thunder. So if you're running Vithus, like that's why I was actually running this breath previously, because I had Vithus on, but actually I haven't shown you what a set gear I'm using. I am using a 4-piece Grace of the Flagellant and a 4-piece Eggman's Conflagration for the fire damage. But so you could argue on maybe don't need that force skill here and could probably go for something else. So again, this is not a true build video for rating for the monk. I still want to get that last legendary essence, as well as sort of fine tune this last skill here and figure out what would be the best build for you. This has been a learning experience. There's a lot of opinions around the monk, but not a lot of builds that I'm seeing that do pretty consistent damage. I will say the monk is a very high skill gap class, and I consider myself to be about a mid monk. I'm not trash, but I'm also not really good. And I can humble myself to say that. So if you guys have different ideas for how to adjust this build, let me know. I really do. Whenever I make a best single target damage build video, I want to make sure I keep with the integrity of that title, which is the best, right? So right now, I don't feel confident in that, so I'm not making the video. So this is me testing to get to that point. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Until next time, I hope to see you in a video soon.